I am Nora. I work from home with a 6-month-old and a Shih Tzu, so I am a weirdo. Do not even try to talk to me afterwards because I will just latch onto you. You will give me social cues that say, I'm done talking, like this is my friend. I won't care, okay? Like I won't care. You are stuck with me for possibly the rest of your life. Ask my mailman. He is in my basement. Just kidding. He doesn't even come to the door anymore. He literally leaves my mail at the end of the driveway and is like, fuck, please tell me she's not home. Anyways, why am I here? The producers of WNYC are wondering while they look for their little like vaudeville hook. Good luck, I hit it. Why am I here? Okay, we need to get some facts together for my life. So these are some fun facts about me. We're gonna start in the year 2014. This was my October 3rd. This was October 8th. And then this was November 25th. So now that I have successfully really brought up the energy in the room, like after like all these other like, who's that guy? Like whatever, he's like good looking. Like nobody here even noticed, like whatever. It's like Dessa, fine, like whatever. You know, I'm done, my work here. I can just probably go. You all want me to. Anyways, a couple months ago, my sister, who's older than me, and that's an important detail because she's 9 years older than me, literally in another decade of life, and people often are like, which one is older? That hurts. My sister's 9 years older than me. She's in her 40s solidly. She said this to me, and I was like, oh my God, Megan, have we fucking met? Like, are we in the same family? Like, are we related? Do we share like most of our DNA? Should I call Maury? Because if we were, and if you knew me, you would know this about me. And this is an excerpt from my diary, age 10, on my birthday, okay? I couldn't just like give you a shot of the whole page because I said some uncharitable things about my mother that I'm not ready to walk back, but I'm also not ready to like share with everybody. So like this should tell you, like, did I belong in therapy at age 10? Like, likely. And also that I am a person Geraldine should study because I have spent my entire life in pursuit of perfection. And it has been a relentless one and often, I would say a fruitless one until I was 27 years old and I found it and it was just where I thought it'd be, in a boy. Just like everyone tells you. But you know, it's true, and I deserved it, just like you do if you are in New York City and dating. You know, I'm gonna tell you, it's out there for you. It's not here in this place. I'm sorry, it's in the Midwest, all right? It is, just come on back, because there's guys like this. For the first time in my life, I was not trying to convince like the wrong dude that I was the right girl. I just had something wonderful and fun and easy, and Aaron and I had an entire year that was honestly perfect, and then this happened. And if you don't have an advanced medical degree, like if your name isn't like Dr. Geraldine, you're not married to like Dr. B, like, you know. So that's a picture of Aaron's brain. It's like a picture of the inside of it. It's not like, it wasn't taken with the camera, it was taken with an MRI. And the big gray part is like his brain. Hard to explain this, maybe you already know. See that other part, the gray shadowy part? That kind of looks like a smudge. I thought it was. Turns out I was wrong, which is why I'm not a doctor, but Aaron's doctor pointed out that it's a brain tumor. And the kind of brain tumor it is stage 4 glioblastoma, which he explained is a medical term for you are fucked. Like truly, like don't Google it, it's the pits. And it is just about as far from perfect as you can get. But for the first time in my dumb little life, I didn't care. Aaron and I took 10 days to plan our wedding in this Coca-Cola commercial. Huge missed brand opportunity for them, okay? We had a baby like a year later, the old-fashioned way, where you just lay down, close your eyes, and a nurse just puts a vial of your husband's sperm in you. And you just go to work at your ad agency and are like, I hope it takes. I can't tell what's going on. Everything's fine, nothing happened today. And when Aaron died, his obituary went viral. Like, what's more viral than BuzzFeed? I don't know, the whole internet. It was seriously everywhere that I looked on the internet was Aaron's smiling face. And not because it was like 100% factual, but because it was true. Aaron and I wrote this together, and this was true to who he was and how he wanted to be remembered. And after he died, I had, you know, the small task of trying to figure out what I wanted to do with the rest of my dumb little life and how I wanted to be remembered. I'd watched the person that I loved the most in the world, the person who was more alive and honestly better than anybody I've ever met, sorry, present company included. I'd watched him die at 35. 35 is so young. At the time I was 31, so I was like, that's kind of old. No, okay? That's very young. That's quite young. And I'd watched him take all of his unrealized potential and his unrealized dreams with him, and I knew in my heart that if I did anything except everything, it was going to be the biggest regret of my life. So I took inspiration from Aaron and from my dad, who was also a nurturing figure in my life, as you can tell, and I turned their deaths into my midlife crisis, right on time. My dad died at 64, so just click. And I decided that I was going to do everything. I was going to do everything, but the first thing I had to do was quit my job, which is like, are there financial professionals here? Yeah, okay. No, of course not. Like, no, okay? Like, are they interesting? Never. They don't go to things, okay? They're busy like figuring out what you should do with your money, and what you're supposed to do with your money is like not quit your job when you're a widowed mom of one, but okay. I wrote that book Dessa was talking about, and it came out a year ago today, which is bonkers. Yeah. And if you have a phone, I'd like you to just take the time right now to take your phone and ignore me and just order it. Like, I don't know if my 4-year-old is college material. Honestly, I don't think he is based on some of the stuff he's brought home from preschool, but if he is, this is how it's gonna happen. I started this organization where it's called Still Kickin', and we sell these shirts and then we give the money to people who need it. And so I did that for like 8 months, and then it turned out that's like not a business. So it's a nonprofit now, and I have a new accountant. So good for me. And I started this podcast called Terrible Thanks for Asking with American Public Media. Unlike my book, it's free. And it's also available for download again while you have your phones out, while you're listening to everything I say, while you're gonna do whatever I want. Text me your social security number, your mother's maiden name, download this podcast. Then I fell in love. This is a family photo. It's like current-ish. The guy that I have my arm around, I just want to do a little audience participation here. He claims on his driver's license to be 5'11". I'm 6 feet tall. I want everyone here. Do you agree? He is 5'10" on a good day. Okay, thank you. I'm bringing that feedback home to Minneapolis to somebody who insists on lying on a government document. That's neither here nor there. And then we had a baby that came out of me recently. It's very graphic, and I won't get into how he was made. It was gross. So maybe this is why my sister's like, Nora's just so like nuts. She doesn't give a darn about what anybody thinks. Like maybe that's what, maybe it's because like I pierced my ears when I was 32. I don't know. Got a tattoo. Those are edgy. Nobody else here has one. Like here on the fringes of society with this crazy stuff I'm doing. I don't know why my sister thinks that. Like, Lord knows I'm not going to ask her, but I can tell you the truth about everything that I just told you, which is that I know for a fact, a scientific fact, Geraldine, do not challenge me on this. Do not, okay? That I am not special. Like, I am not special, and neither is anybody in this room. All the things that I told you about, the good ones, but most importantly, the bad ones, are things that happen every day. They happen to everybody. It's always something that happens to someone else until you are that someone else. And I also know that I have not filled up my punch card on like personal tragedies. All that bad stuff could just happen again, except for my dad dying because I only had one, which is tragic because I would have been such a good product of 2 gay dads. Anyways. The scariest thing I did since Aaron died was falling in love again. I was not so much concerned what other people would think, because people are decent and they'll say it behind your back, which I love. But I won't say it behind my back. Like, I say it right to me. And I was like, Nora, who do you think you are? Like, do you think you deserve to get struck by lightning twice? It's a bad analogy. Do you think you deserve to strike gold twice? Do you think you are the kind of person who deserves to be, I'm like sad about this guy who's dead, but also like kind of want to French this one? Like, you think you can just be in love with 2 guys at the same time? Like, I know you came of age in the late 90s. You're not Joey Potter. All right, that's the kind of talk I gave myself. Like, listen, you know what? I know like you're really into like your haircut and like your mauve lipstick. You are not Buffy the Vampire Slayer. You never could be. You know why? Because she fell in love with 2 guys who were already dead. All right? Okay? Nothing bad was going to happen to them unless they stepped into the sun or got like stabbed with like a wooden spike. But like Buffy was not going to let that happen. She could protect them in a way that you can't protect this dumb mortal guy who lies about being 5'11". Like, he for sure is going to die again. And guess what? Like, so will your baby. You know how there's like that weird thing about like, oh, like don't tell anyone you're pregnant till after 12 weeks because like if the baby dies, it's best if you just hold that inside to yourself. Instead, I was like, what if I just never told anyone I was pregnant? And I just never told anybody because the truth is like your baby can die just like any time. Sorry if you're pregnant. Like doesn't have to be 12 weeks or 40. That baby's gonna die. Like might be 55, he might be 500. I don't know, but he's for sure gonna die. So let's just not tell anybody that I'm pregnant. And Matthew was like, babe, that sounds like so mentally healthy. Just like whatever you wanna do, just keep wearing your weird big clothes and avoiding social interaction, whatever you gotta do. Whatever you gotta do, he's a saint. And I wrote a book, which is awesome, and it feels so good, but it's not all just like standing in front of like really attractive like New Yorkers, like who can see like they have this weird lip zit, there's stuff like this. And you're like, Nora, why are you showing us an Amazon product review of a snow brush? Why am I doing this? It's not about the snow brush, okay? It's about Lisa D. Let me tell you a little story about Lisa D. She's left 2 Amazon reviews in her life. One is this 5-star glowing review of the Hopkins 532 Mallory 26-inch snow brush. It's got 1 review. It's from Lisa. She fucking loves it. The other one's a 2-star review that she left for my book. Now, there are a couple ways of like looking at this. Like one, Nora, what if you just read the good reviews? Get out of my face, Geraldine. It's not what I'm here for. And like, or like, Nora, couldn't you just be happy for the snow brush? Like it did what it was supposed to do. Like, couldn't you just be happy for Lisa? She found the snow brush she's been looking for her entire life. Like, awesome, you're wonderful people. The next one is like, who is this bitch? Who's like so in love with the snow brush, but like the book that I wrote about my beautiful dead husband, she was like 2. I'm sorry, just 2. Not even a 3, just 2, max. And like the final way of looking at it is one that is more approved by my therapist, who is also like, hey Nora, take your chill pills. Like, friendly reminder, they're daily. And that point of view is basically like, I wonder if I should be focusing more of my energy on getting 5-star reviews from people named Lisa D, or living my life in a way that would have gotten a 5-star review from the best person I've ever met who lived life in the best way possible, who, if he were here right now, would be in the back being like, you told me you'd stop. I'll never stop. He also, like, on his deathbed was like, please stop picking your nose. And I was like, I'm not. Like, I'm not. Absolutely. Whatever. This is Aaron's obituary that went viral. This is my reminder every day that 1, I was married to the funniest dude in the fucking world. And 2, that I have a choice about the way I live and the way that I'm remembered. And 1 are the facts, which I just told you, and prove that I'm a little touch and go, okay? I'm a mixed bag. I contain multitudes. And the other is the truth. And the truth is that I have never been perfect, and I wasn't meant to be. The truth is that I did get to fall in love with a wonderful person, and that now I'm in love with another wonderful person. One of them is dead, and one of them will definitely die. The truth is really uplifting, as you can tell. But the truth is that I tried a lot of things and I wasn't good at all of them, but I tried anyways. When I start anything new, like I just think of it this way, like what's the worst that could happen? Nora, what's the worst? It's not this is just a guarantee. Usually I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna fail. Geraldine is like, new science coming out of this evening. I'll be like really embarrassed. Like that is literally not the worst that could happen. And neither is this. This is also just a guarantee in life. The worst that can happen is not that you and your loved ones all die and that you die of maybe embarrassment or failure. The worst thing that could happen is that you end up living a life that is all facts, but no truth. A life that you never intended to live because you wanted to make Lisa D happy instead of the people who mattered to you. Or because you were so concerned with trying to be perfect that you just forgot to let yourself be happy. Thanks. Do I leave? Okay.